Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're doing a mail video. We got a special one from our buddy Maiden. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know him because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys came over from his channel or one of the guys from his network. So really appreciate him for helping me out here, trying to get me some subs to watch. But he sent me a bunch of these awesome 90s Canucks cards here. This one's a score, Garth Butcher here. Now this guy here, Canadian guy from Saskatchewan. Yeah, as you can see, these are 1990 scorecards, so that's pretty much the year that I was born, so that's awesome. I honestly, I wouldn't even know where to find these cards out over here in Calgary, so really like those skate jerseys. A lot of people don't like those Flying V jerseys, but between the skate, the Flying V, and then those Vancouver Millionaire jerseys, those are my favorite Canucks jerseys. But yeah, Garth Butcher here. So he won a gold medal for Canada in 1982, the World Juniors. And he played 9 seasons on Vancouver, 4 for St. Louis, 1 for Quebec, and 1 for Toronto. He played 897 games in the regular season, 48 goals, 158 assists. He was mainly known for throwing the hands. But yeah, nice looking card there. And then next up we got Sean Antosky, left wing. We got the first round draft choice 1990 scorecard here. He's another heavy, another Canadian boy born in Scarborough, Ontario here. 1970. So he was drafted 18th overall. He played 183 games, 3 goals, 5 assists for 8 points. He played from Vancouver 91 and 90 or 90-91 season, and then to the 94-95, and then Philly for 2 years, Anaheim for 2 years. Some nice looking cards here, some score cards. Next up we got Brian Bradley. He's wearing the black. He's wearing the black jersey there. He was drafted by the Flames, and then he was traded to Vancouver 2 years later. Ended his career with Tampa Bay. He spent 2 years with Toronto, 4 years with Vancouver. I think he was drafted in 1983. So he had 182 games, 182 goals, 321 assists in 651 games played. And then he sent me 3 Brian Bradley cards, so we got this O-Pee-Chee one. The first one was the score one. This guy was the O-Pee-Chee. Yeah, born in Kitchener, Ontario there. Yeah, I really like these. I really like these retro 90s cards. And then also the NHL Pro set. Brian Bradley there. Former Flame, he was dealt to the Canucks in 88. Some nice looking cards there. All right, next up we got Robert Nordmark. He's a Swede, plays defense. This is the O-Pee-Chee. Yeah, and in that 88-89 season, He had a goal in Game 7 against Calgary, but Calgary ended up obviously going on to win the Cup that year. And that was Vancouver versus Calgary was round 1 in that playoff bracket. So he was drafted by the Blues, and he played 1 year. Then he went to Vancouver for 3 years. He played 236 games, 13 goals, 70 assists in the regular season. Next up, we got Andrew McBain. When you YouTube him, you'll just see usually fights coming up. He was drafted by Winnipeg, 8th overall, 1983. He was on the Jets for 6 years, the Penguins for 1 year, Vancouver for 3 years, Ottawa for 2 years. He's got 608 games played, 129 goals, 172 assists as a right wing there. Another nice looking card there. I'm gonna have to stuff these guys into my binder, keep them nice, and they're great condition. Got to keep these guys safe for sure. All right, so next up here we got Dave Capuano. He was drafted by Pittsburgh, 25th overall in 1986. Spent 1 year with the Penguins, 2 years on Vancouver, 1 year with the Lightning, and 1 year with the Sharks, for a total of 104 games. And he acquired 17 goals, 38 assists. Yeah, so he was born in Rhode Island. He's an American guy. Acquired in 1990 from Pittsburgh. Nice looking card there. I really like these old O-Pee-Chee cards from 1990. Next up is Steve Bozek. And it's funny, if you look him up, hear him talking, he'll say that he's 0-11 in fights. He was drafted by the Los Angeles Kings, 52nd overall. He spent 2 years with the Kings, 5 years with the Flames, 1 year in St. Louis, and 3 years in Vancouver, and 1 year with the Sharks. So he was acquired in 88 from St. Louis. He's a Canadian guy from Kelowna. Awesome. Again, thanks, Maiden. I really appreciate you sending these cards there. They're really nice. Vladimir Krutov. He was drafted 238th overall by Vancouver in 1986. He played 1 season from 89 to 90, so this is the year that, other than that, he's only got 61 games played in the NHL, and as you can see, this card is basically his entire career. He had 11 goals, 23 assists, and he actually, I think he played a lot more in Russia because he won 2 gold medals. Yeah, as you can see, Moscow, USSR there. He won 2 gold medals and apparently 5 world championships, so he didn't spend too much time in the NHL, but he did have a pretty decent hockey career from what I've heard. Jim Sandlak. He was drafted 4th overall by Vancouver in 1985. And spent 9 years with Vancouver, 2 years with the Hartford Whalers. 549 games played, 110 goals, 119 assists. So this is just about midway through his career, as you can tell there. Next up, we got Greg Diddick. Now this guy here is a Topps card. You can see down here. 1992 Topps. So yeah, he was drafted by the Islanders, first round, 16th overall. He spent 6 years with the Islanders, 5 years in Vancouver, 3 years in Phoenix, 2 years with the Whalers, 1 year Montreal, 1 year Chicago, 1 year Toronto, 1 year Dallas. So he's been around the block. He had 932 games played, 56 goals, 156 assists. And then next up, we got Igor Larionov. He is a Hall of Famer. He was inducted in 2008. If you watch the Hockey Guy on YouTube, he's got some really good documentaries talking about legends and stuff, and he's got some good ones talking about a lot of different Canucks. So Igor was drafted by Vancouver in the 11th round, 214th overall in 1985. As you can see, he's from the USSR. He spent 3 years in Vancouver, 8 years in Detroit, 3 years in San Jose, 1 in Florida, and 1 with the Devils. So he had 921 games played, 169 goals, 475 assists, and he ended his career with 644 regular season points. Beautiful, beautiful Igor there. Next up, we got the Captain Canuck, Trevor Linden. So he was drafted 2nd overall in 1988. He spent 16 years in Vancouver, 2 years with the New York Islanders, 2 with Montreal, 2 with Washington, and then he ended in Vancouver on the 07-08 season. He was named captain of the Canucks at 21. That's why his nickname was Captain Canuck there. So he reached 30 goals 6 times in his career, but he never hit 40. And for some reason, not a Hall of Famer. In my opinion, he should be, but yeah, the Hockey Guy, he makes a good video on Trevor Linden. Yeah, so Linden had 1,382 games, 375 goals, 492 assists in the regular season for 867 points. Next up, we got the man himself, Kirk McLean. Now, he sent me a bunch of nice Kirk McLean cards. Look at those. The O-Pee-Chee, this guy right here, that's the score. And he also sent me the NHL Pro set. Some real beauties here. So, Kirk he's also not in the Hall of Fame somehow, but oh well, I guess. Nothing you can really do about it. He was drafted 107th overall by the Devils in the 6th round. I spent 11 years in Vancouver, 2 years on the Devils, 2 years in Florida, 2 years with the Rangers, and 1 year on Carolina. So he was a stand-up goalie as like butterfly goalies were starting to come into the league. But still, great goalie in my opinion. One of the best of his time, if not. I mean, obviously I'm biased, but Some beautiful Kirks there. I really appreciate those. And then last but not least, we got the Steamer, Stan Smeel. So he was the captain in the Canucks' first Stanley Cup Finals when they got tore up by the Islanders, back when the Islanders were on that historic cup run there. First retired number for the Vancouver Canucks, number 12. He spent 13 years in Vancouver. That was his entire career. He never played for another team. He was drafted 40th overall, and back then that was in the 3rd round. He played from 1978 to 1991, 896 games, 262 goals, 411 assists in the regular season, and that would be 673 points. So beautiful looking O-Pee-Chee card. Honestly, I'm not sure if this one is a parallel or not. Yeah, I don't have any of these. I don't have any of the retro O-Pee-Chee cards like this. So beautiful looking card though. Really appreciate it. Sorry if the video took so long, but I just wanted to talk about the cards a little bit. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for watching if you did, and special thanks to Maiden for sending these over and being such a great influence and, you know, such a help. Take it easy, guys.